most distinguished dignitaries on and off the dais, parents, grandparents, well-wishers, my colleagues and my dearest students, a pleasant morning to everyone. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. It was indeed this mantra of working together that has brought us where we are today. Here we are all together, a Bhavans family, to celebrate the 22nd annual day of our school, Udbhavana 2K22. It is a mark of our undying tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning. I would request the school choir for the same.
जाज्वल्यमानं मुखं सन्तापातिहरं मनोज्ञमधुरं निञ्चारुमन्दस्मितं नित्यं निस्तुलभक्तियानुभगवन् പാദാരവിന്ദങ്ങൾ ചിത്തം ചേർക്കുവതിന്നു നീ കനിയുവാൻ കൃഷ്ണ നമിക്കുന്നു ഞാൻ കൃഷ്ണ നമിക്കുന്നു ഞാൻ കൃഷ്ണ നമിക്കുന്നു ഞാൻ.
Pranam everybody. I'm extremely honored to welcome all of you on this auspicious occasion when our institution Bhavans VIDYA MANDIR celebrates its 22nd annual day. The duty which is conferred upon me here is to welcome everyone to this grand celebration. We are fortunate enough to have our highly esteemed and most distinguished guest of this morning, Shri C. Subramaniam IPS, former DGP, Kerala Police. It is needless to quote that his presence at this venue today will definitely boost up the morale of each and everyone assembled here. Shri Subramaniam IPS, who hails from Kalpati in Palakkad district, cleared the IPS in 1958 and commenced his career as the Superintendent of Police, SP Rural. He worked mostly in the Kerala capital and was a Thiruvananthapuram City Police Commissioner from 1971 to 73. Later, he was made DGP in charge of law and order from 1991 to 93. He is the founder trustee of the Shankara Group of Institutions at Kaladi, Ernakulam district. We are indeed honored to have a highly motivated and inspiring personality with us today to enlighten the young pillars of our society. On behalf of the management committee, teachers, students, parents, and each one of you assembled here, I take this opportunity to extend a hearty welcome to our Chief Guest, Sri Subramaniam Sir. Sir, you're most welcome to this function. I'm extremely delighted and consider it as my privilege and honor to cordially welcome the President of the program, our Chairman, Shri M.V. Ramnarayanan Sir, and his wife, Madam Brinda Ramnarayanan, to this celebration. He is a chartered accountant by profession and rank holder. He is the Vice Chairman of SIES Schools and Colleges, Mumbai. A man of great vision and consistent in his dedication towards achieving goals. Your presence here at this event will definitely inspire us all. Sir and Madam, you're most cordially welcome. You're most welcome to this function. Srimati Sumati M, President Kannambra Grama Panchayat, and Srimati Hasina I, President Pudukod Grama Panchayat, are with us today. Energetic and pleasant in discharging all their duties, they are indeed an asset to our Grama Panchayat. Both are highly inspiring and committed to their duty. Madam Sumati and Madam Hasina, it's my pleasure to welcome you both to this celebration. A warm welcome to both of you. We are blessed to have a Vice Chairman, Commander P.S. Venkatesh, retired from the Indian Navy, with us today. A man of distinct qualities, committed and professional in all his endeavors. Your presence has added a sense of value and commitment to the Bhavans team as a whole. Madam Usha has also joined us for this August gathering. It's our proud privilege to welcome both of you to this program. Hearty welcome to you, sir and madam. We are extremely happy to have our Vice Chairman, Advocate Shri K. Haridas, a leading criminal lawyer, to grace the occasion by his benign presence. He is an advisor to the Mumbai Police Committee, also associated with Giant International Mumbai and legal advisor to NSS Mumbai. It is worthwhile to note that in spite of his hectic schedule, he is very kind enough to spare his valuable time with us. I proudly welcome him to this function. A hearty welcome to you, sir. I am greatly delighted to welcome our Honorary Secretary, Shri R. Ananthanarayanan, son of our founder, Shri P. A. Ramakrishnan, sir, today to this function. Simplicity and unblemished personality are his covetable virtues. Unassuming nature is his hallmark, and he is available to anyone in difficulty at any time. Hearty welcome to you, sir. We have with us our management committee member, Shri C.A. Goguldas, sir. A veteran and rich in experience, has always been determined, strategic and reassuring in all his duties. Less known facts about him is that he has actively participated in the 1971 Indo-Pak War. A hearty welcome to you, sir. With utmost humility and lots of respects, let me welcome Shri Ravindran sir, our treasurer, who is with us today on this occasion. He has retired from the Shipping Corporation of India as Deputy General Manager and now spends his quality time in upbringing the school. Hearty welcome to you, sir. We have our management committee member, Shri V. Krishnan sir, a teacher by profession whose guidance has set up the path for us to strive to greater heights. Hearty welcome to you, sir. Let me take this opportunity to welcome our Senior Administrative Officer, Shri K.T. Harikrishnan. Your experience, guidance and support is always worthy for the growth of the school. Hearty welcome to you, sir. I would like to welcome all our dearest parents who have constantly extended their love and support to all prospects of this school. Your untiring support is indeed praiseworthy. Dear parents, you are most welcome to this function. Coming back to the alma mater is really memorable. I wholeheartedly welcome all our dearest alumni. I would like to welcome the stars behind all the events of our school, the teachers, supporting staff, my students. You are welcome to this function. There are many well-wishers from our locality who have made their presence here to witness the program. I cordially invite you to this function. Let me extend a hearty welcome to the media, stage providers, caterers and videographers onto the function. On behalf of the school, I take this opportunity once again to welcome all to this function, and I pray the Almighty to bless us on this occasion. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am, for extending a warm welcome to all. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity. To make this day a blessed one, let's seek the blessings of Goddess Saraswati by lighting the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. For the same, I would like to cordially invite our chief guest, Shri C. Subramaniam IPS. Sir, please, I would request the other dignitaries to join with him. Please.
विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु
everybody, distinguished guests on the dais, most respected parents, well-wishers, dear children, and my dear colleagues. I extend a hearty welcome to all of you today, and I take immense pleasure in presenting the 22nd annual report of the school. Today, we have all assembled here due to the untiring efforts and dedication of late Sri P.A. Ramakrishnan sir, who has been our mentor, the backbone and the guiding beacon of this institution. Before I present my annual report, I would like to offer our homage and tribute to him. Our school was established in the year 2000 to cater to the educational needs of children in and around this area with an aim of integrating varied and vibrant culture with the changing needs of the present day world, touching all aspects of life and enriching all fields of activity. Our school is located in a serene atmosphere in an area of 11.28 acres of land. We have perennial river on one side surrounded with plantations on the other three sides, which gives an ambience most suited in nurturing children for better tomorrow. We have 69 staff comprising of teaching and non-teaching. Our strength of students at present is 947. Our facilities are well-equipped labs for students. Physics, chemistry, biology, computer, and mathematics. We have a full-fledged library with 7,000 books. As a part of the curriculum, we conduct many activities which imbibe moral value and discipline among children. We bring up the creative, adaptive, and retentive capabilities of the students through multifarious co-curricular activities such as music, keyboard, violin, dance, chess, and karate. Let me bring out some of the major programs conducted in each month of this academic year. We give opportunity to our children to participate in various competitions at different levels. Our Prime Minister is Ms. Shreya KG, Deputy Prime Minister is Master Arjun VS, Educational Minister is Haripriya KN, Cultural Minister is Master Ryan Mujib, and Sports Minister is Master Anirudh M. World Environment Day was celebrated on June 5th. As a part of this, we conducted different activities like mime on deforestation, awareness on medicinal plants, planting saplings in the courtyard, speeches, rally, and poster making. Students from 6th standard to 10th standard actively participated in the rally. As a part of International Yoga Day on 21st June, our students rendered a marvelous yoga performance. On On July 11th, the World Population Day, many programs were conducted to bring awareness on the impact of population explosion. Ramayana month was observed from 17th July. Ramayana Parayanam was conducted in the school assembly to bring awareness on the great epic Ramayana. Our children got an opportunity to recite Ramayana on BVTV channel of Swami Udit Chaitanya in the Karkataka month. On 22nd July, 100th birth anniversary function of late Sri Ramakrishnan Ji, former Executive Secretary and Director General of VIDYA Bhavan, was held in the school campus. On this occasion, our Vice Chairman Commander P.S. Venkatesh and Honorary Secretary Sri Anantanarayanan addressed the gathering. Floral tribute was offered by the staff and students. On 27th July, death anniversary of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was observed in the school. Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav was celebrated on the 75th year of independence on August 15th in our school with great pomp and grandeur. The school campus was beautifully decorated with flags and balloons to commemorate the day. In the presence of a gleeful gathering, the flag was hoisted by the chief guest, Sri Krishna Kumarji, Director, Janam TV. The chairman, Sri Ramanarayanan Sir, released our school's e-magazine, The on the Day. Felicitation of class 10 and 12 for the academic year 21-22 was also done. 19 students scored 90% above, 15 students scored 80% above, 17 students scored 70% above, and 5 students scored above 60%. Various cultural events like Gita chanting, group dance, patriotic song, yoga, natyobics, role play, and pyramid formation were arranged to commemorate the auspicious day. All Kerala Bhavans Gita chanting competition was conducted by Bhavans Thrissur Kendra on 18th August. 10 students from our school participated in Bhavans Gita chanting competition. We celebrated Onam with great joy and exuberance on 2nd September. An attractive floral decoration was made on the dais. The arrival of Mahabali amidst the beats of Panchavadyam was well received by the audience. Saraswati Puja was celebrated with great fervor on 5th October. All the staff gathered at the school premises to celebrate the day. A beautiful rendition from students transcended the ambience. It was an attempt to preserve the Indian culture and impart a sense of respect towards the long-established traditions. Gaiety and piety went hand in hand to leave an indelible impression in the minds of all those who witnessed the program. We presented a token of appreciation to our alumnus Jiva Shivadas and felicitated him for securing first rank in international medical admission test. Our alumni Bharati Alamelu has passed her CA exam in the first attempt. She was also felicitated. It was a proud privilege for Bhavans MANNAPRA to host the event. The 66th Kerala Piravi Day was celebrated in our school on 1st November. The program paved the way to remember and honor our mother tongue. There was a cultural fiesta by the students with a variety of programs like Kalaripayat, dance, speech and music. Anti-Drugs Day was observed to create awareness among the students against drug abuse. Our school observed the day with great enthusiasm. Anti-drugs pledge was rendered by the principal. Students took the pledge along with the principal. Posters were made by the students showing the dangers of drug abuse. They prepared and delivered speeches on the effects of drug abuse. It was worth noticeable that the students from LKG to class 8 prepared and presented beautiful posters on Anti-Drugs Day and also made a human chain holding all these posters. Rally was carried out by the senior students holding awareness posters and flyers of Anti-Drug Day. Children's Day brought in immense joy, enthusiasm and magnificence among our students. There were a variety of fun-filled activities, games and cultural programs for the children. Devananda P of 7th standard secured first prize in the elocution in Bhagavatotsavam conducted on 16th and 17th November at Palakkad Vedavyasa Vidya Bhavan. Anirudh M of class 10 won the Best Goalkeeper Award at the District Sahodaya Football Tournament. We have secured 2 overall trophies, 2 first prizes and 1 third prize in the English Fest Anglista 2K22 conducted on 18th November at Guardian Public School, Elapulli, Palakkad. In Category 2 Art of Storytelling Competition, we have won first prize. The participants were Nitishri Chakengal, Manasa D, Deepika Sachish, Devananda P, Muhammad Hashim and Muhammad Hisham. In Category 3 Art of Storytelling Competition, we have won first prize. The participants were Ryan Mujib, Uday V, Gautam Rishikesh, Arjun VS, Arya M and Advaita. In Category 2 News Writing, we have won third prize for Devananda P and PK Sneha. Palakkad District Chess Championship was held on 20th November at PK Das Medical College. Atul VS of Class 6 secured third prize. In the Palakkad District Sahodaya Chess Tournament held at MES Pattambi, we secured 4th position in the district and Atul VS of Class 6 secured third place. On 22nd November, Aryabhatta Ganita Challenge was conducted in our school. Gautam Rishikesh, Salavarshini and Advaita V were selected. They are going to participate in the Level 2 national level competition. Annual Sports Day was conducted on 25th November. It is one of the most loved events of the year. On 26th November, an orientation program was conducted by Sri Riju Shankar, the renowned entrance coaching expert, the director of Riju and PSK Group of Institutions. On 29th November, Chinmaya Mission Palakkad organized Gita chanting competition for our students. A football team participated in the CBSE Cluster 10 football tournament at Carmel English Medium School, Chalakudi from 28th to 30th November. Our school team participated in the CBSE Cluster 10 basketball tournament at Merigiri English Medium School, Kannur on 9th and 10th December. Five children participated in the district level Chinmaya Gita chanting competition conducted on 10th December at Chinmaya Tapovanam, Palakkad. Navaneet Sanil of class 2 secured 3rd prize. Arya P of 7th standard secured 1st prize and Arya K of class 8 secured 3rd prize. They have been selected for the state level competition which will be held on 25th December at Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Kolari, Thrissur. Deva Prasad of class 11, Amarnath of class 9, Anakhauni of class 9 and Agalandeshwari of class 8 participated in the 12th GEM India quiz held at Gangotri English Medium School, Nenmara on 10th December. Our students got 4th position and received a cash award of Rs 400. I would like to wind up the report by a quote of Swami Vivekananda. Put your heart, mind and soul into your smallest acts. This is the secret of your success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Success is doing ordinary things extraordinarily. We are really blessed to have with us an extraordinary personality, our chairman, Sri Ramnarayan sir, as the president of this august occasion. I humbly invite him for the presidential address. Sir, please.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sachat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebir Vajnivadi, Deenava Vritevu, Mahasaraswate Namaha. As I begin my address today, I humbly offer my pranams to all the gurus and teachers of this world, without whom it is impossible for people and students to learn whatever good is there in life. I pray to Goddess Saraswati to bless us all with a repertoire of knowledge and arts and crafts. It's indeed a very satisfying moment for me to address this gathering after watching a very beautifully presented report of the activities of the school till date by the principal and her team. What is more satisfying is that we are now using technology to deliver what would have been otherwise a sort of a boring speech into an audio visual, which we all mentally went through and participated. Like they say, the photo speaks 1,000 words, and all the visuals embellished the activities which had happened during the year very beautifully. Thank you, ma'am, for giving this very absolutely wonderful presentation. It's also satisfying and very gratifying to me that today we are honored by the presence of Sri C. Subramaniam, IPS, as our chief guest today. What an inspiring story. You all see him at the age of 88, walking stiff and very straight, ramrod as they say in police parlance. And that is because of years of decades of discipline. Sir, it's an honor for us to share the dais with you today. And we are indeed happy that you have come to bless us all for our journey onwards. We are also happy that both the ladies, Sujata ji and Hasina ji of the Kanambra and Pudukod Panchayats are here. What more evidence do we need for women empowerment in our country? It's wonderful and wonderful to have you both with us and inspire our students and girl students especially that there is nothing that a focus and dedication cannot achieve. We wish you many, many years of public service and hope that you can enhance the quality of life wherever you be posted in future. We will watch your progress with great expectation and hope that you can climb to greater heights in your public service career. About our chief guest, I have a little bit few more words to share with you than what Principal Supriya had presented. First of all, you have to know that he is a very multifaceted personality. It is just not that he was the DGP or he was the police. In his earlier career, before he was a student, before the age of 22, he was a footballer. And he has not only represented his college, but he also represented the Bombay University at that time. So we have a sportsman in him. And with the World Cup just ending day before yesterday, we were all talking football for a very long time. Second thing, his career spanned just not the Kerala police, where he distinguished himself by assuming the chief of police for 3 years between 91 and 93. Before that went years of toil. And he was in the border security cadre. He had been there when insurgencies were there in the northeast and also many other very sensitive areas. We are talking about the 50s and 60s when insurgency was there in Nagaland and so many other places, and we are threatened by our Chinese friends in those years. Apart from that, he has worked 5 years in ISRO as a director in charge of administration, and his colleagues were Sri Abdul Kalam ji, Sri Satish Dhawan, all eminent Indian scientists. They were all his colleagues, and he used to recount the wonderful days he had spent at ISRO. So he spent quite a substantial time in ISRO. He was also with the CRPF, Central Reserve Police Force, for substantial years in his career. And he has gone to sensitive areas like Punjab during the height of insurgency when he was with the CRPF, and also worked with KPS Gilji and Julio Ribeiro, every eminent police chiefs at that time. So Mr. Subramaniam brings not only, and apart from that, he has also founded and a couple of corporations in Kerala, the Kerala Mineral and Mines, he was director there, and also the Kerala Agricultural Products Company, which is on the way from Ernakulam to this thing. He was telling me that this building came up because even he was the one of the founder directors of that company through the Kerala state government. So multifaceted personality who has sat on boards of companies, who has sat on lonely posts at the border, who has tackled insurgency when it was at its height in some of the most sensitive states, and who has led the Kerala police during those times when everything was not so good and there was a lot of tensions and turmoil. And at the age of 88, he still continues doing service to the nation by being present on occasions like this. When we traveled from an 8-hour journey from Trivandrum, where he's based out of, to Pudukkode yesterday, and there was no complaint, not a whisper of any inconvenience, nothing. He just came, sat through, and he has come today to be with us all. Please give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. What do we say on an occasion like an annual day? When the children whom we are going to see after our speeches are over perform, it's a team event. And I would say that in a team event, like when we all now praise Messi for being the goal top scorer and won the World Cup for Argentina, it is not just one Messi. How many of us know the name of the goalkeeper? Okay, some of you. How do you know which is the name of the defender in the backfield? Good. We are a conscious, football conscious state, so here there is an awareness. But in general, people forget that there is a huge team working behind one Messi. Messi will be in the front and he will score a goal or he will be the captain. But behind that star, there's hundreds of co-workers and team members who work selflessly without trying to be in the spotlight and ensure that the team wins. That kind of team spirit is what we all have to inculcate. And there is no better day than to inculcate that team spirit than on an annual day like ours. You will see some of the stars under the spotlight here doing their items. But behind that, there are many others who work tirelessly to practice, to make sure that they achieve some kind of perfection and coordination. The music team, the lighting team, the videography team, everybody works to single purpose to ensure that the people who are on the spotlight perform. So my dear friends, it is all the children have to learn is that everybody will not be in the spotlight even in their careers. It doesn't matter. Like Mr. Subramaniam, we have to be a true karma yogi and do our best for what is the team demands, what is the nation demands, what is your family demands. So we need to work selflessly towards achieving all these goals. So that is the message with this annual day would leave us all with, that it is not one person performing, but it is a whole team which performs. And I am very proud that the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan P.A. Ramakrishnan Memorial School, MANNAPRA, delivers most on teamwork. Like you saw in the presentation, whether it be the Gita chanting, whether it is the football team, whether it is the elocution competition, debate competition, there's a team. Always ensure that the team comes in front. And that is what we would like MANNAPRA to, this institution, our school, to be known as. That it is an excellent place to breed teamwork, to inculcate the team spirit and make sure that individual performers work and along with their fellow students and teachers. About our students, what do I say? Our teachers are some of the finest, and today when they come in uniform, it was a wonderful sight for us all to see them clad so beautifully in their uniform. What does a uniform say? A uniform says that everyone is equal, that all of us are belonging to the same team and the same category. So the team spirit is again reinforced by the uniform, whether it be the students' uniform or like today we saw the beautiful ladies all decked in the same saris. Wonderful to see all of you in that. My compliments to the entire team for achieving this. Lastly, we are not here, I would say on behalf of the management committee here, we have a wonderful team at that level too. It's just not the parents, the teachers, the students who have a team. I am blessed that to chair a committee which has wonderful team members. Whether it be Commander Venkatesh, Advocate Haridas, our own Gokuldas Etan, or Mr. Ravindran, or Anantnarayan, or Krishnan, all of them are selfless team members. I want to underline this word with 3 underlines about selflessness. I may be giving them some small directions or some strategic view or some this thing, but the execution and the hard work is done by all of them. And so I would request all of you to give a big hand to my co-team, which which is here today present in full strength. It's indeed an honor to chair this. We have a grand vision for Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Manjapara. By 2025, we need to achieve many goals as far as infrastructure is concerned. I would request our Panchayat presidents to help us in achieving our goals in terms of permissions, in terms of other licenses. We need to expand. We are going to build a new administrative block. We are going to build a beautiful sports environment here. We want our Messis and our own Vijayans and Ushas to emerge from this team. And I hope that we will have our PT Usha with us sometime in the future to inspire us. We will have some of the footballers to inspire us, some of the cricketers to inspire us here in the near future. So we are going to build top-class facilities for sports endeavors of this institute. We are going to ensure that we have a clean administrative block. We are working under a lot of challenges, but first we said all our money should be spent in school facilities, and that we have more or less achieved. And now we will concentrate on administration and sports areas, and I hope in the years to come, you will all be proud of the fact that Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Manjapara has achieved so much in so short a time. Thank you all for listening to me patiently. This is all I have to deliver. You have all come to watch the children as we have. So I wish you all a good day. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Your positive action combined with positive thoughts results in success. Mridhu bhave, dhrida kriti, soft in temperament, firm in action is the basic idea of our police force. We are honored to have with us a veteran, a multifaceted personality as our chief guest, Shri C. Subramaniam IPS. Sir, you have made all of us proud by your benign presence. Now, I cordially invite him for the inaugural address. Sir, please.
Respected Principal, Bharat Vidya Mandir, the chairman of Bharat Vidya Mandir, my good friend, Mr. M.V. Ram Narayan, Srimati Sumati, President Kannambara Grama Panchayat, Srimati Hasina, President Pudukkod, boys and girls of the school, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be in your midst today, mostly thanks to the encouragement given to me by Mr. Ram Narayan, the chairman. And when Mr. Ram Narayan makes a request to me, I cannot refuse. So, though I stay far away in Trivandrum and not in an age when travel is easy for me, to come to Palghat, because I like to come to Palghat. I belong to Palghat. I belong to Kalpati. I belong to Chatapuram village, as it was called. It was great surroundings in which I was brought up. And the school I went to initially was in Vadakkanjeri, which is not far away from here. There was an LP school there. LP school was at the end of the Vadakkanjeri Agraharam, as it is called. Agraharam, as some of you may know, is a settlement of Brahmins who migrated from Tanjore 300 years back and made Palghat district their home. And today, fortunately for us, 96 of these Agraharams still remain in Palghat, and the biggest of the conglomerate is none other than Kalpati itself, the center of all activity. I grew in a very spiritual atmosphere in that sense, because people in these villages are very religious, very conservative and values driven. So growing in an atmosphere like that, where God is all supreme, where the life of the village revolved around the village temple. You are also invisibly taught the values of doing the correct and good things in life. And I am looking at the Pudukkottai school. I am quite impressed by the activities of the school. Its dynamic leader, Mrs. Supriya, the principal of the school, under the guidance of Mr. Ram Narayanan. Its serene and beautiful setting, the like of which very few schools in Kerala are situated. Schools in urban areas you will find live in congested surroundings, not knowing what the activities of a village are. And here admirably, the situation of the school is such that it is in serene and beautiful surroundings. It is as if nature has carved out the school in its present form, and the interest taken by the management and development of the school is tremendous. I myself founded a school in that sense, though I am a policeman, and police and education remain far away in a large part of the sense. I founded a school in Kaladi. Kaladi, you must have all heard, because it's the birthplace of the greatest Hindu of all time, Shankaracharya. And under the auspices of Sringeri Shankaracharya, the Sringeri Shankaracharya, in his own wisdom, rightly or wrongly, made me his Senapati, and then gave me this title that I would be the Senapati of the Sringeri jurisdiction, mostly spiritual in nature. And I owe a great deal to that great man. And after retirement from service, at the prepared age of 58, I took up the trusteeship of the Shankara Vidyalaya, it was called. It was constituted more like a company, and I was named its managing director, and beautifully surrounded by hills all round. Area of 60 acres in extent is a large area, and already the college, Shankara College of Commerce, Arts and Science was situated here. It was situated in Kaladi, and the first administrator was none other than one Krishnaya, who was reputedly one of the wealthiest people in the old Travancore kingdom, and a man of great vision who founded that college. And it was my pleasure succeeding him at a point of time. And then building up a school, I know the difficulties of starting a school almost from scratch. You have done a wonderful job here with tall and good buildings. A lot of facilities are being built up. And I think Mr. Ram Narayan has a future vision. If I come back to this place after 4 or 5 years, and I can warn you that I'll be still around. And I'll be able to see the progress made by this school. Taking a leaf out of my experiences in life, naturally looking at the progress of the school, I find evidence, the early evidence I would say, of leadership potential among the students here. Some of you, everybody cannot become a leader, there will be no followers. Some of you, a small percentage I am sure, will be leaders of society. And looking at the marks you have achieved in your lifetime during the ICSE examination, 10th examination and 12th examination. Some of the girls and boys are stars, and maybe from amongst them will arise one or two individuals who are there to lead the society for the future. We are preparing the seeds now so that your future is certain and good, and you will do in turn good to society. I myself studied in a small school at Vadakkanjeri. We didn't have the facilities that we have today. The school was at the end of the Agraharam, LP school as it was called. And there was only one simple barrack, structure-like thing, which is a school, and a small hall in which all the classes from 1 to 8 or 10, whatever, was placed in the same hall without partition. We were asked to sit on the sands spread in the school room. No partition hall, so people could see what was happening in the second class, third class, fourth class, fifth class, and so on. It was an enjoyable experience. At that time, we never knew that these were shortcomings to prepare people for a modern age. You are fortunate that you are the forefront with computers and what you have not. I am preparing you for a technological career ahead of you. Technological career is the best career that we can choose. And I am sure that amongst you, we will be able to locate leaders of tomorrow. Leadership also consists of certain values in life. I read a book maybe 65 years back when I was in Naga Hills in a place called Makokchang, where I was an assistant political officer, all at the grand age of 23, 24, living amongst the tribals of India, living in the midst of insurgency, because the first place in India to go for a full-fledged insurgency within the country was in Naga Hills, and that was in the year 1954. And you may be surprised to know that even at that point of time, the 50s, the Naga insurgency was supported by the Chinese government. People used to get training. They were given arms and all smuggled through Burma, the hills and forests of Burma, impenetrable at its best, and coming back to India via the India-Burma border in the northeast of India. I have worked extensively in that area. Northeast of India is my second home in that sense. And working in Makokchang and later on at Mon, on the Indo-Burman border, I have gone to the furthest of places. A place called Lingua, for example, which was from Mon. Mon itself is a remote place. Mon district was the remotest district in remote Nagaland. And I had a fortune, I would say, looking back, going to work in those areas amongst the tribals, headhunting tribals that too. And the people, village elders, the tribal leaders came to my house to see me very often. And they found in me a good person to be friend with. And they were satisfied if I presented them a bottle of rum. That was the standard drink in that area at that point of time. I grew reading this particular book. Defeat into Victory was the title of the book, written by Field Marshal Slim. You may not have heard, he was a great figure 80 years back, more than 80 years back, an outstanding personality of the British forces, of the Allied forces. And he was given charge of the southeastern war theatre. And he said, the first quality of a leader, in fact I am coming to a first quality, other qualities I may even forego. The first quality of a leader to be born, now or in the future, is that a person must be spiritual in nature. If a person is not spiritual in nature, I can tell you very honestly that the chances of you becoming a true leader, not a type of political leader, is all that we have. True leader comes out of being a spiritual person. Minus that, you are not a leader. Other qualities only follow you. So Slim was a person, he personified a spiritual part of being. And I was a great admirer of that personality at a young age. And was driven by the advice he gave to people who followed him in the career. And I'm not talking only of military leadership, I'm talking of political leadership, administrative leadership, scientific leadership, academic leadership. These are all leadership of different kinds. My main activity or experience was in the nature of fighting insurgency, let us say, or finding a leader in amongst the police forces in India or outside Kerala, so to say. Having said that, I must touch on the next question of Palghat itself. Palghat has produced some eminent leaders. I am not sure whether all of you young people are aware of the existence of these great leaders during the 19th century. The biggest of them all was Sir C. Shankaran Nair, who was a lawyer of eminence and practiced in the Madras High Court. And by dint of very hard, very intelligent outlook in life, he was made, I am not going into all his past history, touching on a milestone. He became a member of the Viceroy's Council, something like our Union Cabinet today. He was made a minister, Viceroy's Council, during British times, height of British times. You know, the early part of the 20th century was called rightly the high noon of the British Empire, where British eminence came to the real forefront of world polity. And Curzon, Lord Curzon, as Viceroy of India, represented that area of life. And the high noon was personified by Lord Curzon. And Shankaran Nair had the temerity to resign from the Viceroy's Council in 1919 when we had what is called the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919, where hundreds of innocent Punjabis were killed in Amritsar by a Britisher named Brigadier General Dyer. I think he was a madman, to open fire at that time in an enclosed atmosphere where people had no way to escape even. I have visited that place several times to understand the mind of a madman. And unfortunately at that point of time, not the Indian opinion in that sense, because Indian opinion, politically speaking, great leaders were there like Mahatma Gandhi. They were against that Jallianwala Bagh incident. They spoke against it. They revolted against it. They striked against it. But to the British public opinion, this was indeed a heroic act. And he was lauded by the British royalty and all the others. In fact, an is due from the British Empire even today for acts committed in 1919. So I will touch briefly on Shankar Nair and give you this picture of him as an outstanding personality. I am confining myself only to Palghat district, from Palghat. He is from Uttappalam, so to say. The second man that comes to my mind is that of V.P. Menon. I don't know how many people know about him now here. He is also from Uttappalam side. And as a lad of 14 years old, he ran away from home. He came from an ordinary lower middle class background. And he went away to Bangalore to work in the Kolar minefield. Worked for 3 years till he was about 16 or 17. The conditions were very harsh. The payments were very, very low. He held the lowest position possible. So he ran away from there, came back to Uttappalam for a short while. And then the urge for him to move on in life, because Uttappalam never offered any opportunity at that point of time. He went to Delhi via Bombay. He tried his hand in Bombay, he couldn't get a proper job. He had to go to New Delhi. And fortunately for him, within a short time, around 1912, I am talking 110 years ago, in what was called the Reforms Office in the Secretariat, at the lowest level, the person who has to write the address in letters, send it across. And from that lowest level, without much of a formal education, no qualifications, so to say. Those were the great days of what was called the Indian Civil Service, if you know what ICS meant. It is more than what IAS means today. It was a very elite sort of service. He was not a member of that. He was at the lowest end of the world. From there he worked his way through sheer initiative, through sheer brilliance. And by 1944, almost towards the end of the Second World War, he was made the Reforms Commissioner of the Government of India, a high position, succeeding a white ICS man who left for England, and worked in that capacity towards independence and little after independence. He is a man who really partitioned India. If you ask me name one person who is responsible for, in the sense, actually partition the country. The act of partition, not the idea of partition. Idea of partition came from elsewhere. He was a man who provided the solutions to difficult problems at that point of time. An advisor to Lord Mountbatten, who was the viceroy at that time, and Pandit Nehru, who became his close friend. And after independence also, he was the man responsible for what is called the integration of native states. You may know, some of you must have read in history, that India was divided into, apart from British provinces. For example, this area or Palghat area belonged to Madras Presidency. Apart from the presidencies, we had what is called the native states. Kingdoms like Travancore, Cochin State, Baroda, Mysore, so many. There were 650 states in all. A few states of consequence. Others, the small minor states spread throughout India. And V.P. Menon was responsible for the integration of all the 650 states in the Union territory without too much of a bloodshed. And when he, at that point of time, towards the end of 47 or early 1948, he went to Bikaner, presented with the idea that Bikaner state should integrate with India. He came out with a gun to shoot him. So VP Menon told him, you can shoot me dead, I will be no more. But the idea of integration will remain. India will integrate with your state. Such is the caliber of a man, VP Menon. The third person that comes to my mind is V.R. Krishnaiah. I don't know how many of you now have heard of V.R. Krishnaiah. One of the greatest legal minds of the 20th century, I would say. One of the great minds. He is on par with a man like Rani Palkiwala. And a multifaceted personality, if there is one, if you want to define a multifaceted personality of the 20th century, it was indeed V.R. Krishnaiah. Mr. Krishnaiah, I knew him fairly well in his older age. When I joined service here, came to Trivandrum, he was the police minister here, remember. He was started as a lawyer in the Tellicherry courts, where his own father was the leading lawyer. Ram Iyer he was called. And succeeding him was his son V.R. Krishnaiah. And the second son was V.R. Lakshminarayan, also practiced there. A little later, V.R. Lakshminarayan, outstanding man, outstanding police officer of his times. He joined the Indian Police Service in 1951. And now, of course, he's no more. He died at the age of 90 in Madras, where he is well settled. V.R. Krishnaiah was given by the Bombay High Court and its office bearers and all that, the title of a legal legend in India. He was in a real sense, he was a legal giant. And you know him as a person who gave the eminent judgment in 1975 when unseating of Indira Gandhi was tried. She was the Prime Minister at that time. He gave one of the great judgments of all time, that the Prime Minister will remain in position, but will not have voting rights in Parliament. So she'll have two responsibilities: not to vote in Parliament, though she was a member of Parliament. Secondly, that she will present herself in Parliament from time to time as the Prime Minister of India. That judgment has gone down well in history and is being repeated ad nauseam in many other countries. They follow suit and quote V.R. Krishnaiah whenever they come to a legal tangle. That is V.R. Krishnaiah for you. And at the age of 65, when he retired from the service, he did not accept any government job, any advisory position, any remunerative position. He retired, he said, I will be there to help citizens of India, citizens particularly of Kerala, and made Cochin his headquarters, and made a great contribution to the society of Kerala. The other person that comes to my mind, I want to finish it with one or two more people. T.N. Seshan. Incidentally, T.N. Seshan is distantly related to me. That is one part of it. Apart from that, if you ask me, who was the greatest bureaucratic leader in India in the 20th century, starting from 1900 to 2000, I will name T.N. Seshan as a person. He modified the electoral affairs of the country. He was the leader born, and I had occasion to work with him closely in the 70s when he was in the ISRO, I was also in the ISRO, and we formed 3 Malayali team with M.A. Vellodi of the Indian Foreign Service as the leader of the administrative team. T.N. Seshan was a joint secretary at that time, the Department of Space in Bangalore. And I was located in Trivandrum in the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center as a chief controller. At a young age, I was given heavy responsibility to be with the scientists, to understand the scientific temper, to understand the scientific world. I came across a number of scientists, not only in Trivandrum, but throughout India. Because science is not limited to Palghat or Trivandrum or Kerala. It is universal in nature. So I would like to remember T.N. Seshan for his great as Chief Election Commissioner in India. There was no other Chief Election Commissioner before him, nor there will be ever another one after him, a man like T.N. Seshan. Having talked of T.N. Seshan, I want to talk of K. Kasturirangan, who comes from this part of the world. One of the great scientists of his time. He must be now 82 years old. I knew him fairly well because both of us belonged to ISRO at that time. And he was recognized even by the age of 30, 32. He was given the position of Joint Secretary to Government of India, a rare responsibility at a very young age. Even IAS officers used to become Joint Secretaries at the age of 45. This man at the age of 32 was given this honor, largely thanks to Vikram Sarabhai, one of the greatest scientific minds of the 20th century. And Vikram Sarabhai, under his leadership, he did his schooling and I think college education in Bombay. And from Ram Narayan Ria College, he went to Ahmedabad, what is called the Physical Research Center, Physical Research Laboratory. Its director was Vikram Sarabhai. Under him, he did his PhD. And later on, when PRL in Ahmedabad was integrated with ISRO at that time, he became part of the ISRO. That is how I came into contact with him in a more intimate way. Having said that, I must also touch on one young person of real eminence, time will prove, of Raj Subramaniam from Chatapuram. From Chatapuram to the corporate ladders of America is a long haul. From a young boy from Trivandrum studying in the local school to rise to great eminence is not easy at all. And such a person was this young boy, to become the chief executive officer of a great company called FedEx. And the founder was none other than F.W. Smith, a legendary figure. If what J.R.D. Tata is to India, Fred Smith was to America. That's the sort of eminence of that person. And Raj Subramaniam joined at the lowest possible level because in 1991, when he had completed his education in the US, he was trying to find a job. And at 24, he had got married also. He would say, you got married me very early, a child marriage. But I thought that was a proper thing to do at that point of time. And to join FedEx at the lowest level possible. In fact, they laid a condition that for processing his H-1B visa, they won't give him the money. He has to pay for it. It is not the responsibility of the company to pay for it. Anyway, he underwent a lot of difficult times in the early years of his life in America. By dint of hard work, devotional work, you must be devoted to the work you do. He, within 30 years, he is in his 50s today, became the CEO of FedEx, an important leader of American corporate society, and a great public speaker even by American standards. Incidentally, I should not say this, but I am urged from within to say that Raj Subramaniam is my own son. So with these few words, I will end my rather long talk to you, because I don't think I'll get another opportunity to talk to you in the years ahead. Aged as I am, still there is some spirit left in me. And looking at all of you, I am greatly enthused that I want to do my part to society at this age, that I am capable of. The political leadership of Kerala has failed you. I think each of you will have to take care of yourself. That is the sort of situation. Young people from Kerala are going away from here in droves to other parts of India in search of employment. I was talking to a friend of mine only last week who was a correspondent of Economic Times for a number of years and settled somewhere here. He told me he made a survey of people about 20 miles around the place he lived. There are only old people there. Young people all fled. Formerly, people used to go after graduation. Now people are going away after the 12th class. Whatever job they get, whether in the Gulf country or Canada or Australia or wherever, they are prepared to go. I hope the same fate doesn't await you. By the time all of you graduate and grow into manhood or womanhood, you will find a place in the sun here. And Kerala will become a more developed society. It is all the foundation for growing well. We must make use of this foundation. And I think Kerala is ahead in many respects because of two factors which many of you forget. One is Travancore as a native state, Cochin as a native state. They were far ahead of all the other states in India, including presidencies. They gave importance to education. They gave importance to health. The first surveyor, Surgeon General of a state was from Kerala. If you remember, Mary Lucas in 1935. In 1935, when I was born in Malakkanjeri, there was no doctor 6 mile radius of Malakkanjeri. So you can imagine, 1935, a lady from Travancore was made the Surgeon General of that state. Second was the eminent Annachand, who was made a judge of the Kerala High Court in 1953, the first woman to become a High Court judge anywhere in India. And thirdly, I am talking of women and woman empowerment. Fatima Bibi was made a judge of the Kerala High Court early 80s. Later on, she didn't become even Chief Justice, she retired as a High Court judge. And because of her hard work, the Shah Bano case was the limelight at the time. And Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India, and he made her a judge of the Supreme Court of India. She was the first woman Supreme Court of India. She is still with us in Pathanamthitta district. And it's a great achievement for a lady. I think these three persons will be inspiration, particularly of the young girls here. And for the men, people like T.N. Seshan and all that will make you leaders of tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are really honored by your gracious presence with us today, and we have been enlightened by your thoughts. Thank you, sir. The happiest people are those who lose themselves in the service of others. I take immense pleasure in requesting a guest of honor, a true social worker, Srimati Sumati M., President, MANNAPRA Grama Panchayat, to speak a few words on this occasion. Ma'am, please.
വേദിയിലെയും സദസ്സിലെയും വിശിഷ്ട വ്യക്തികളെ, ഒരു പ്രസംഗത്തിൻ്റെയോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ആശംസയുടെയോ ആവശ്യമില്ല. കാരണം നല്ലൊരു സ്പീച്ചാണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ കേട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. താങ്ക് യു സർ, താങ്ക് യു ഫോർ യുവർ ഗ്രേറ്റ് പോസിറ്റീവ് എനർജി. എങ്കിലും 1-2 കാര്യങ്ങൾ കൂടെ സൂചിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. വിവിധ പഞ്ചായത്തുകളെ ഏകീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഭവൻസ് വിദ്യാമന്ദിർ ഇവിടെ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നതെങ്കിലും പുതുക്കോട്, കണ്ണമ്പ്ര എന്നീ പഞ്ചായത്ത് പ്രസിഡന്റുമാരെ വിളിക്കുകയും കണ്ണമ്പ്ര ഗ്രാമപഞ്ചായത്തിലെ മഞ്ഞപ്ര മെമ്പറും കൂടിയായ എന്നെ കൂടെ ക്ഷണിക്കുകയും ചെയ്ത ഈ മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റിന് പ്രത്യേക അഭിനന്ദനങ്ങൾ അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ നിറപറിയും നിലവിളക്കുമായി ഈ ഒരു ചടങ്ങിന്, ഈ ഒരു ധന്യമുഹൂർത്തത്തിന് ഭവൻസ് വിദ്യാമന്ദിറിൻ്റെ 22ാം വാർഷികം ആഘോഷിക്കുന്ന ഈ വേളയിൽ നല്ലൊരു ചടങ്ങിൻ്റെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു നല്ലൊരു ആഘോഷമാക്കി മാറ്റുന്ന ഇതിനേക്ക് വേണ്ടി പ്രവർത്തിച്ച ഇതിലെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുണ്ട്. അതിന് പിന്നിൽ പ്രവർത്തിച്ചിരുന്ന മഹത്തായ നമ്മുടെ ടീച്ചേഴ്സുണ്ട്, നോൺ ടീച്ചേഴ്സുണ്ട്. എല്ലാവരുടെയും ഒരു കൂട്ടായ്മ നമ്മുടെ അധ്യക്ഷ പ്രസംഗത്തിൽ സൂചിപ്പിച്ച പോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു കൂട്ടായ്മയുടെ നല്ലൊരു ആനുവൽ ഡേ ആണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ നിന്ന് കാണാൻ പോകുന്നത്. എങ്കിലും ഈ ചടങ്ങിന് എല്ലാവിധ ആശംസകളും തന്നെ നമ്മൾ അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. കണ്ണമ്പ്ര ഗ്രാമപഞ്ചായത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലും നമ്മുടെ വാർഡിൻ്റെ പേരിലും പ്രത്യേകം ആശംസകൾ അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ വിവിധ കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മളിവിടെ പ്രസൻറ്റേഷനിൽ കണ്ടു. ഒരുപാട് പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ, പാഠ്യേതര പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ മുഴുവൻ നമ്മളിവിടെ കാണുകയുണ്ടായി. അതിലൊക്കെ ഉപരി 100% പൊൻതൂവൽ ഏറ്റെടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഈ കണ്ണമ്പ്രയിലെ മഞ്ഞപ്രയിലെ ഈ ചെറിയൊരു കുഗ്രാമത്ത് ഈ ഗ്രാമത്തെ അതിൻ്റെ പൊൻതൂവൽ ഒന്നുകൂടി ഉയർത്തുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി ശ്രമിച്ച 100% വിജയത്തിൽ എല്ലാ വർഷവും എത്തിക്കുന്ന ഇവിടുത്തെ ടീച്ചേഴ്സിനും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഓരോ പ്രവർത്തനത്തിനും പിന്നിൽ നിൽക്കുന്ന മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റിനും അതിലെ ഓരോ കാര്യങ്ങൾക്കും നല്ല രീതിയിൽ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്ന സ്കൂളിന് എല്ലാവിധ ആശംസകളും നമ്മുടെ ഗ്രാമപഞ്ചായത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലും പ്രത്യേകം എൻ്റെ സ്വന്തം പേരിലും ഞാൻ അറിയിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇനിയും ഈ പൊൻതൂവൽ എന്നും ഉണ്ടാവണം എന്നുകൂടെ നമ്മൾ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നു. പാഠ്യേതര വിഷയങ്ങൾ മാത്രമല്ല, നമ്മളെ പഞ്ചായത്തിൻ്റെ വിവിധ ആവശ്യങ്ങൾക്കായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ എല്ലാവരും ഒരേപോലെ നേരിൽ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന ഒരു കാലഘട്ടം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, കോവിഡ് എന്ന മഹാമാരി. ആ കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ പഞ്ചായത്തിൻ്റെ ഒരു DCC സെൻ്ററായിട്ട് തന്നെ നമ്മളിവിടെ നമ്മുടെ മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റിനോട് ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് ചോദിക്കുകയും ഒരു കുഴപ്പമില്ലാതെ എന്താ പറയുക, നമ്മളോട് സഹകരണമില്ലാത്ത രീതിയിലല്ല അവർ സഹകരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എവിടെ വേണം എന്ന് നോക്കിക്കോളൂ ടീച്ചറെ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ നമ്മുടെ കുട്ടികൾ വരുന്നത് കാര്യം മാത്രം ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചാൽ മതി, ബാക്കിയുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾക്കെല്ലാം നമ്മൾ ഫുൾ സപ്പോർട്ടാണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഒരു പോസിറ്റീവ് എനർജി ആയിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ പഞ്ചായത്തിനോടൊപ്പം കൂടെ നിന്ന ഈ മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റ് അതുപോലെ ചെയർമാൻ എല്ലാവർക്കും പ്രത്യേകം അഭിനന്ദനങ്ങൾ അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. എന്തായാലും ഈ ഒരു പ്രസംഗത്തിന് ഇവിടെ പ്രാധാന്യമൊന്നുമില്ല, എങ്കിലും ഈ ചടങ്ങിന്, ഈ ധന്യമായ മുഹൂർത്തത്തിന് ഗ്രാമപഞ്ചായത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലും വാർഡിൻ്റെ പേരിലും പ്രത്യേകം അഭിനന്ദനം പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഈ കുട്ടികൾക്കുള്ള എല്ലാവിധ ആശംസകളും അർപ്പിക്കുന്നു. നിർത്തുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you, ma'am. Men are rich only as they give. He who gives great service gets great rewards. I'm very much pleased to call upon our guest of honor, simple yet elegant personality, Srimati I. Hasina, President, Pudukot Grama Panchayat, to address the gathering. Ma'am, please.
ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ് ടു ഓൾ. വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷമുണ്ട് ഇന്നത്തെ ദിവസം. നേരത്തെ സുമതി ടീച്ചർ സൂചിപ്പിച്ചു, അധ്യാപകരായ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് സ്കൂളിൽ നിന്നും വിട്ട് 5 വർഷം മാറി നിൽക്കേണ്ട ഒരു സാഹചര്യമാണ് ഈ ഒരു സ്ഥാനം ഏറ്റെടുത്തപ്പോൾ മുതലുള്ളത്. എങ്കിലും എല്ലാ സ്കൂളിലെ എല്ലാ പരിപാടികൾക്കും ക്ഷണിക്കുമ്പോൾ എല്ലാ തിരക്കുകളും മാറ്റിവെച്ച് അതിൽ പരമാവധി പങ്കെടുക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു ശ്രമം ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഭാഗത്തു നിന്നുണ്ടാവും. കൂടാതെ കണ്ണമ്പ്ര ഗ്രാമപഞ്ചായത്തിലാണ് സ്കൂൾ സ്ഥിതി ചെയ്യുന്നതെങ്കിലും എന്നെ കൂടെ ക്ഷണിച്ചതിലുള്ള അതിയായ സന്തോഷം ഇവിടുത്തെ നേരത്തെ HM സുപ്രിയ മാഡത്തിനും മറ്റ് മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റ് മറ്റുള്ളവർക്കും അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. കൂടാതെ നേരത്തെ സ്കൂളിനെ കുറിച്ച് ഇവിടെ ഒരു അവതരണം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഇതേവരെ ആനുവൽ ഡേയിൽ ഒരിക്കലും ഒരു സ്കൂളിലും ഇത്ര ഡിജിറ്റലായിട്ട് ഇത്രയും വളരെ നന്നായി അത് സ്റ്റേജിലിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും അത് കാണത്തക്ക രീതിയിലും ഇന്നത്തെ ഇവിടുത്തെ ഫുൾ അറേഞ്ച്മെൻറ്റ് കൃത്യം 9 മണിക്ക് തന്നെ പരിപാടി കൃത്യസമയത്ത് ഇവിടെ തുടങ്ങാനുള്ള ആ ഒരു മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റിൻ്റെയും അധ്യാപകരുടെയും കൂട്ടായ ആ പ്രവർത്തനം എത്ര തന്നെ പറഞ്ഞാലും മതിവരാത്തതാണ്. കൃത്യം 9 മണിക്ക് ഇവിടെ എത്തുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ എല്ലാവരും റെഡിയാണ്. അപ്പോഴും പേരൻസിൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്തുനിന്നുള്ള സീറ്റുകളാണ് പകുതിയോളവും ഒഴിഞ്ഞു കിടന്നിരുന്നത്. പിന്നെ വന്ന് ഫില്ലായി, ഇനിയും ഫില്ലാവാനുണ്ട്. ഏത് ആനുവൽ ഡേക്ക് വിളിക്കുമ്പോഴും പലരും പറയും രാവിലത്തെ പ്രസംഗമൊക്കെ അങ്ങോട്ട് കഴിയട്ടെ, അത് ഭയങ്കര ബോറാണ്. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ മക്കളുടെ പരിപാടി വരുന്ന സമയം മാത്രം തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കും. കാരണം 20 വർഷമായി ഈ എയ്ഡഡ്, അൺഎയ്ഡഡ്, ഗവൺമെൻറ് 3 മേഖലകളിലെ സ്കൂളിലും പുതുക്കോട് പഞ്ചായത്തിലെ തന്നെ 2 സ്കൂളിലും അധ്യാപികയായി സേവനം അനുഷ്ഠിക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു ഭാഗ്യം ലഭിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. അപ്പോൾ ഈ കാലത്തൊക്കെ ആനുവൽ ഡേയിൽ വളരെ ആക്റ്റീവായിട്ട് പരിപാടികൾ കുട്ടികളെ അവതരിപ്പിക്കുകയും കുട്ടികളെ വിവിധ മത്സരങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി തയ്യാറെടുത്ത് താൻ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന കുട്ടിക്ക് 1ാം സമ്മാനം കിട്ടണമെന്ന വാശിയോടുകൂടി കുട്ടികളെ തയ്യാറെടുത്തിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു അധ്യാപികയാണ് ഞാൻ. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ പരിപാടിക്ക് എത്ര ദിവസമായി ഇവിടുത്തെ അധ്യാപകർ ശ്രമിക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ള കാര്യം ഒറ്റ നോട്ടത്തിൽ തന്നെ മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞു. കൂടാതെ ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു പരിപാടി കൃത്യസമയം നമ്മുടെ നേരത്തെ നമ്മൾക്ക് പകർന്നു തന്ന സന്ദേശം മുൻപ് പ്രവർത്തിച്ചവരുടെ എങ്ങനെ പ്രവർത്തിക്കണം, ഏകദേശം അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഏജൊക്കെ ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞു. ഈ പ്രായത്തിൽ തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹം പകർന്നു തന്ന ആ ഒരു ജീവിത സന്ദേശം ജസ്റ്റിസ് ഫാത്തിമ ബീവിയുടെ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചോന്നറിയില്ല, പലരും ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. VR കൃഷ്ണയ്യർ തുടങ്ങിയവരുടെ ജീവിതം നാം എങ്ങനെ പകർത്തണം. സ്വന്തം നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞു പഠിച്ച വിദ്യാലയം വടക്കഞ്ചേരിയിലൊരു സ്കൂൾ പറഞ്ഞു. എനിക്ക് എടത്തിരി സ്കൂളാണോ എന്നൊരു സംശയമുണ്ട്. ആ സ്കൂള് അദ്ദേഹം മുൻപ് പഠിച്ച സ്കൂളിൻ്റെ പേര് പറഞ്ഞു. ഇപ്പോൾ എടത്തിരി സ്കൂൾ എന്നറിയപ്പെടുന്ന സ്കൂളാണെന്ന് ഞാൻ കരുതുന്നു. എങ്കിലും താൻ പഠിച്ച വിദ്യാലയത്തെ നമ്മുടെ ആ LP UP സ്കൂളിലുള്ള ആ ഒരു പഠിപ്പിച്ച അധ്യാപകരെ നമുക്ക് ഒരിക്കലും മറക്കുവാൻ വേണ്ടി കഴിയില്ല. നമ്മുടെ 1ാം ക്ലാസ് പിന്നെ വലിയ വലിയ ക്ലാസ് എത്തുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളത് അങ്ങനെ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാറില്ല. ആ UP സ്കൂൾ, LP സ്കൂൾ, ആ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം അദ്ദേഹം ആ പഠിച്ച സ്കൂളിനെ കുറിച്ചാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. കൂടാതെ താൻ പാലക്കാട്ടേക്ക് വരുന്നതിൽ അഭിമാനിക്കുന്നു. താനൊരു പാലക്കാട് ജില്ലയിലെ കൽപ്പാത്തി ശേഖരീപുരം, കാരണം ഞാൻ 5 വർഷം വിക്ടോറിയ കോളേജിലാണ് ഡിഗ്രിയൊക്കെ പഠിച്ചത്. അപ്പോൾ കൽപ്പാത്തിയെക്കുറിച്ച് വളരെ നല്ല ഒരുപാട് പ്രമുഖർ ഉള്ള ഒരു ഗ്രാമമാണ് കൽപ്പാത്തി. അങ്ങനെ അറിയപ്പെടുന്ന ഒരു സ്ഥലം കൂടിയാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് അവിടെ നിന്നും തൻ്റെ നാടിനെക്കുറിച്ച് പറയാനുള്ള ആ ഒരു ആവേശം നമ്മളിവിടെ കണ്ടതാണ്. അതുപോലെ ഇവിടെ പഠിച്ച് അന്തർദേശീയ പരീക്ഷയിൽ നേടിയ ജീവ ശിവദാസ് ഇന്ന് സ്പെയിൻ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിലാണ് ആൾ MBBS തിരഞ്ഞെടുത്ത് എന്നാണ് അറിയാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത്. നമ്മളെല്ലാം ആ കുട്ടിയുടെ വീട്ടിൽ പോയി ആ കുട്ടിയെ അഭിനന്ദിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. എങ്കിലും സ്കൂൾ അഭിനന്ദിച്ചു എന്നാണ് അറിയാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത്. എങ്കിലും ആ കുട്ടിയുടെ ഒരു വലിയ ഫോട്ടോ നേരത്തെ അലമേലു CA പരീക്ഷയിൽ അവരുടെയൊക്കെ ഒരു വലിയ ഫോട്ടോ സ്കൂളിൻ്റെ മുന്നിൽ മറ്റുള്ളവർക്കൊരു ആവേശം കുട്ടികൾക്ക് തോന്നണം. ഞാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം ഒരു കൊല്ലങ്കോട് ഭാഗത്തുള്ള ഒരു CBSE സ്കൂളിൽ പോയപ്പോൾ ഈ കഴിഞ്ഞ IAS പരീക്ഷയിൽ ഞങ്ങളുടെ പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥി, പേര് ഞാൻ ഓർക്കുന്നില്ല, ആളുടെ ഫോട്ടോ ഇന്നും ആ സ്കൂളിൻ്റെ മുന്നിൽ അങ്ങനെ നിൽക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ കാണുന്ന രക്ഷിതാക്കൾ നമ്മുടെ സ്കൂളുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ ഇന്ന് തന്നെ ഇവിടെ വേദിയിലിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരുപാട് പ്രമുഖ വ്യക്തികൾ നമ്മുടെ സ്കൂളിൽ കൂടാതെ ഒരുപാട് രക്ഷിതാക്കൾ പല ജില്ലകളിൽ നിന്നും പല ആവശ്യങ്ങൾക്കായി നമ്മുടെ സ്കൂളിനെ സമീപിക്കാറുണ്ട്. അപ്പോഴൊക്കെ നമ്മുടെ സ്കൂളിൻ്റെ ഒരു പ്രൗഢി നമുക്ക് അറിയിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഏക പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോമാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഫോട്ടോസ്. അത് ഒന്നുകൂടെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ കുട്ടികൾക്കൊരു എൻകറേജ്മെൻറ്റ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ മുന്നിലിരിക്കുന്ന കുട്ടികൾ ഏകദേശം 947 വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളും 69ഓളം ടീച്ചിങ് നോൺ ടീച്ചിങ് സ്റ്റാഫാണ് ഈ സ്കൂളിലുള്ളതെന്ന് ആനുവൽ ഡേ. കൂടാതെ കോകരിക്കുലർ ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ് ഇത്രയും അടുത്തുള്ളൊരു സ്കൂളിൽ ഇത്രയും ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ് നടക്കുന്നതായിട്ട് ഞാൻ അറിഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല. ഇന്ന് ക്ഷണിച്ചതുകൊണ്ട് ഇത്രയും കാര്യങ്ങൾ സ്കൂളിലെ കരിക്കുലർ ആൻഡ് കോകരിക്കുലർ ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസിനെ കുറിച്ച് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി കഴിഞ്ഞു. കൂടാതെ ഇവർക്ക് മറ്റ് സഹോദയ ഫെസ്റ്റ് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ എന്നാണ് CBSEക്ക് അറിയാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത്. എങ്കിലും SSLC +2 ശേഷമുള്ള അവരുടെ കോളേജുകളിൽ അവർക്ക് ഈ പരിപാടികൾ അവതരിപ്പിക്കാനും മറ്റ് ദേശീയ അന്തർദേശീയ പരീക്ഷകൾ ഉന്നത നിലവാരത്തിലുള്ള റിസൾട്ടുകൾ നേടാനും ഈ ചെറിയ സ്കൂളിൽ നിന്നും ഈ പുതുക്കോട് കണ്ണമ്പ്ര പഞ്ചായത്തുകളെ ബന്ധിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ഈ സ്കൂളിൽ നിന്നും അവർക്ക് നേടുവാൻ വേണ്ടി കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നതിൻ്റെ തെളിവാണ് നേരത്തെ സൂചിപ്പിച്ച ആ 2 സ്കൂളിലെ പൊൻതൂവൽ ചാർത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള ആ 2 വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ. കൂടാതെ കഴിഞ്ഞ പരീക്ഷകളിൽ നമ്മൾ SSLC വിജയോത്സവം സംഘടിപ്പിക്കാറുണ്ട്. SSLC +2 ഫുൾ A+ വാങ്ങിയ കുട്ടികളെ അനുമോദിക്കുന്ന ചടങ്ങ് നടത്താറുണ്ട്. അതിൽ ഈ CBSE ഒന്നും നമ്മുടെ ഈ സ്കൂളത്തെ കുട്ടികളെ കാണാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല. എങ്കിലും ഇനിയുള്ള വർഷങ്ങളിൽ ഇനി പഠനത്തിൻ്റെ ഈ ആനുവൽ ഡേ കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇനി എക്സാമാണ്. SSLC +2 ഡേറ്റുകളൊക്കെ പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞു. വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു ഇത് കാണുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ പഠനത്തിൽ അവർ എത്രമാത്രം ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് എന്ന കാര്യം മനസ്സിലാവുന്നുണ്ട്. വളരെ നല്ലൊരു റിസൾട്ട് വാങ്ങി CBSE കുട്ടികളെ കൂടെ ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തിക്കൊണ്ടുള്ള ഒരു വിജയോത്സവമാണ് നമ്മൾ സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ പലരും ചോദിക്കാറുണ്ട് അവരൊന്നും വേണ്ട, നമുക്ക് പൊതുവിദ്യാലയങ്ങളിലത്തെ കുട്ടികളെ മാത്രം വിജയോത്സവത്തിന് ക്ഷണിച്ചാൽ മതി എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴും മറ്റുള്ളവരും പഠിച്ചിട്ടാണല്ലോ അവർ CBSE പഠിച്ചത് അവരുടെ കുറ്റം കൊണ്ടല്ലോ. അതുകൊണ്ട് അവരെ കൂടെ ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വിജയോത്സവമാണ് നമ്മൾ സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്. അടുത്ത വിജയോത്സവത്തിൽ ഈ സ്കൂളിൽ നിന്നുള്ള വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെ പങ്കാളിത്തം ഉണ്ടാവണമെന്നൊരാഗ്രഹം കൂടെയുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇനിയുള്ള ദിവസങ്ങൾ എല്ലാ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളും പഠനത്തിൻ്റെതായ ഭാഗത്ത് ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നല്ലൊരു വിജയം നേടാൻ സാധിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് മാത്രം ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ ആനുവൽ ഡേക്ക് പുതുക്കോട് ഗ്രാമപഞ്ചായത്തിൻ്റെ എല്ലാവിധ ആശംസകളും അറിയിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നിർത്തുന്നു. എല്ലാവർക്കും നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words of appreciation. A winner is someone who plans to win, prepare to win, and expect to win. They don't do different things, they do things differently. Now it's the time we give due recognition to the aptitude and acumen of our brimming students, the future leaders of the society. It's time for the prize distribution. First, we are contented and filled with happiness to call upon our dearest alumna, Ms. Devika Sajesh, to receive the Kaushik Memorial Foundation Cash Award of Rs 5,001 given to the topper in Science Class 10. Also, I would like to add that she has secured full marks, 100 out of 100 in 3 subjects, Science, Social Science and Sanskrit. To hand over the cash award of Rs 5,001, I would request our chief guest. Sir, please. Thank you, sir. Congrats, Devika. You have made us proud. Now, I would request our chairman, Shri Ram Narayan, sir, to honor our chief guest with a ponnada. Sir, please. Thank you, sir. Now to hand over a token of love to our chief guest, I would request our chairman, sir, and our vice chairman, Venkatesh, sir. Sir, please join with our chairman. Now I would request our chairman, sir, and vice chairman, sir, to hand over a token of love to our guest of honor, Mrs. Sumati. Now I would like to call upon Mrs. I. Hasina. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Now we are going to honor our individual champions for this academic year, 2022-23. First, sports. To hand over the prize, I would request our chief guest. Sir, please. First, sports items, individual champions, LKG boys, Amritesh R. LKG girls, Nasneen Fatima A.N. UKG boys, Adil S. UKG girls, Angeline Marish. Thank you, Shri Subramaniam, sir. Now I would request our guest of honor, Mrs. Sumati ma'am, to hand over a few prizes. Sports individual champions, first standard boys, Advik Dibin. Girls, Hiba Fatima. Second standard boys, Arjun DS. Second standard girls, Advika A. Thank you, Sumati ma'am. Now I would request Mrs. Hasina ma'am to hand over a few prizes. Ma'am, please. Under 10 boys, Ashwin VR. Girls, Nakshatra R. Under 12 boys, Prajwal R. Girls, Tirtha Prasad S. Thank you, Hasina ma'am. Now I would request our chairman, Shri Ram Narayan sir, to hand over a few prizes. Under 14 boys, Ebal R. Girls, Sadika CH. Under 16 boys, Lidhu Krishna V. Girls, Sudina S. Thank you, sir. Now I would request Advocate Haridas sir to hand over a few prizes. Sir, please. Under 16 girls, Shreya KG. It is shared by 5 girls. Shreya KG, Fida Fatima, Krishna Priya CA, and Aishwarya Nandakumar. Thank you, sir. Now I would request Shri Goguldas sir to hand over a few prizes. Now let's move on to the next category, Individual Champions of Cultural Competition. LKG, Ameya Rajiv. UKG, Ved Aditya Krishna. Category 1, classes 1st and 2nd, Shravan A. Category 2, classes 3 and 4, Tirtha Prasad S. Thank you, Goguldas sir. Now I would request our treasurer, Shri Ravindran sir, to hand over a few prizes. Sir, please. Individual Champions of Cultural Competitions, Category 3, Deepika Sajeesh. Category 4, the prize is shared by Shribala D and Shreya KG. Thank you, Shri Ravindran sir. Now I would request our school management committee member, Shri Krishnan sir, to hand over a few prizes. Sir, Individual Champions of Cultural Competitions, Category 5, classes 11 and 12. The prize is shared by Anaga P. Ashwadi S. Kumar. Now, the much awaited event, trophies for the overall champions of this academic year. To give away the trophies, I would invite our Vice Chairman, Commander Venkatesh sir. Sir, please. First, let us announce the third runner-up, Kaveri House, with 251 points. The house captains of Kaveri House are receiving the prizes. Please encourage them. Please give them a big round of applause. And second runner-up, Genga House with 310 points. Now, first runner-up, Yamuna House with 338 points. And the winner is Saraswati House with 341 points. The house captains of Saraswati House are receiving the memento. Thank you, sir. Congrats to our children. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul and creates happiness in both the giver and the receiver. I deem it as my proud privilege to call upon our senior teacher, Mrs. Jyotilakshmi PT, to propose vote of thanks. Teacher, please.
Honorable Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, our Management Committee members, invited dignitaries, dear parents, beloved Principal Ma'am, my colleagues and my dear students. A delightful morning to everyone present here. I deem it my proud privilege to stand before you to spell out words of gratitude to each and every noble heart for their contribution towards the success of today's event. On the recollection of so many great favor and blessings, we now with a high sense of gratitude offer a sincere thanks to the Almighty, the Creator and the Preserver. First of all, I would like to convey our sincere gratitude to our Chief Guest, Sri C. Subramaniam IPS, former DGP, Kerala Police, for kindly accepting our invitation to be the Chief Guest of today and for sharing his inspiring thoughts with us. We are extremely happy to have you with us today to share our joy and delightful moments of the day and to be part of what we are. On behalf of the entire institution, I thank him from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for coming to encourage us. We wish to express our gratitude to our chairman, Sri Ramanarayan sir, for presiding over this colorful festivity. Thank you, sir, for being with us and for your gesture of appreciation which gladden our hearts. We convey our sincere thanks to you, sir. Vrinda Ramanarayan, the better half of our chairman, Sri Ramanarayan sir, is also with us today. I thank her for her gracious presence. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to express our wholehearted thanks to our guest of honor, Srimati Sumadiyam, President, Kannambra Grama Panchayat, and Srimati I. Hasina, President, Pudukot Grama Panchayat. Their eminent presence has indeed added an extra spark to this function. Thanks to both of you. Thank you very much for your constant concern over the school. I am indeed grateful to our Vice Chairman, Commander Venkatesh sir, for his benign presence. Sir, we do keep your magical words so close to our hearts. Thank you, sir. We are really fortunate to have your guidance and support. Srimati Usha ma'am, daughter of our founder, our manager's better half is also with us today to accelerate the zest and vigor of our students. I would like to thank her for being with us today. Thank you, ma'am. We are indebted to our Vice Chairman, Advocate Haridas sir, for his gracious presence with us today. Undoubtedly, your contributions on various aspects for the betterment of our school made a difference. Thank you, sir, for your unflinching support. I am pleased to thank our Secretary, Sri Anandanarayan sir, an unassuming and diligent person who has been always guiding us to move towards success. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our school management committee member, Sri Goguldas sir, for blessing us with his esteemed presence. Thank you, sir. I am indeed grateful to our treasurer, Sri Ravindra sir, for his kind cooperation, and we acknowledge the support rendered by him. Thank you, sir. From the depth of my heart, I thank the school management committee member, Sri Krishan sir, for his benign presence on this auspicious occasion. Thank you, sir. Let me express our wholehearted thanks to our administrative officer, Sri Harikrishna sir, for his guidance in all our activities that ensures us to do the right thing in the right way. Thank you, sir. Our beloved principal, Srimati Supriya ma'am, has been the driving force behind this whole process. I would like to thank her for her systematic planning, timely execution, and unfailing support. Thank you, ma'am, for being an author of our ambitions. Our school has proved its standard. over the years as a reliable source of inspiration for the students. It has been soaring high and touching lives. The credit goes to you, dear parents. Thank you for being the key players in our success story. Our sincere gratitude goes to all our alumni and well-wishers. Thank you for the solid support and your words of appreciation. With deep sense of appreciation, I recall the efforts of my colleagues. Your days of hard work did bear much fruit today. I thank you wholeheartedly for your stewardship. With grateful hearts, we recollect the valuable service rendered by the non-teaching staff. Thank you for being part of this celebration and the timely help. Our sincere thanks to the stage setters, photographers, sound and light engineers who added color and festivity to this program. The essence of the fruit is always tasted at the last, and we believe that last will be the best ever. Dear students, you are the central focus of not only today's program, but every moment of your stay in this temple of learning. Once again, with much respect and reverence, I thank everyone present here. I request everyone to be here till the end of the program and encourage our children. Let's put our shoulders on wheels to make this program a grand success. Have a wonderful time ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyotilakshmi teacher. With this, we wind up the official inaugural function. We all move on to cultural programs soon. Have a veil of time ahead. Thank you all.